The Life Journey to Yi. Chapter 24. The Promise. Because of this enlightenment, I regard little tiger as my teacher of one matter. Since that afternoon, I took the responsibility of providing ham to little tiger. Every time I visited my parents' house, seeing me entering the gate, little tiger would go to the stairwell and shook his tail. The small tail tightly buckled on the back could hardly shake. It just shrugged to the left and right. Then he would continue to bask in the sun. I did not know whether he was welcoming me or his ham. Every time when I left, looking back at him when I walked down from the stairs to the gate, he was always basking in the sun. When you come, I welcome you. When you leave, I will not see you off. His temper is same as mine, whatever. In addition to ham, little tiger was still keen on cabbage, cucumbers, carrots, and apples after meals. As a result of eating in that way for a long time, he had indigestion. For a period, his stomach was bloating like a drum. When I saw him like that back home, I was very anxious and asked my father to take him to the veterinarian. Little tiger loved to travel by car, so he would jump into the car by himself as soon as the door was open. Little tiger went to the pet hospital happily. As I was busy that day, I did not go with them together. Indigestion was nothing serious, so I planned to visit little tiger the next day. Sometime past 4 o'clock in the next morning, I was awakened by a noise from the head of the bed. It was a very strong noise, a harmless energy. It showed first anger for being troubled and later seriousness. I could sense something but denied it immediately. I visited my parents' home shortly after 8 o'clock in the morning. On the sun deck, little Sunflower was off duty. He was not there. Usually at this time, he should be sitting on the sun deck like a clock. I walked around in the yard and the rooms to look for him, but failed. My father was not at home, so I asked my mother, "Where is little tiger?" "Wasn't he back yesterday after seeing the veterinarian?" "Did my dad take him out for a walk?" My mother said, "Your father went to the street to do some shopping. Little tiger passed away. He died at some time after 4 o'clock in the morning. He was already buried in the morning." After my father came back, he told me that little tiger met an incompetent veterinarian who fed him a vomiting medicine repeatedly. Little tiger became weak after arriving home and started to convulse in the midnight, probably due to dehydration or internal injury. At 4 o'clock in the morning, he passed away. Little tiger was very courageous and did not whine until death. When I left my parents' home, I stopped at the gate and looked back as usual. The sun was shining, and the sun deck was there as usual, but the little Sunflower disappeared. For some time, I lived day in and day out quietly. That was part of my balanced energy field. Year in and year out, I wish life could continue like that forever. Little tiger, I knew from the very beginning that we would be parted by death anyway, because your physical body would last for only a dozen years. If all goes well, I can live dozens of years more than you do. If the parting by death is like I brought you here and I send you away, that would be a perfect balanced life experience, and that will not make me sad. However, your physical body died young, partly because of my negligence. To cure your disease turned to killing. I blame myself even today. I have seen life and death lightly, but you let me experience the sorrow of death. My sorrow is also about that I can create Yi-24, but I cannot retain your physical body. Little tiger, I know that the noise of the bedside was from you. I knew that you have not left. From the day you entered my energy field, you had become a Yi-body in Yi-24. Death is not the end of life, but a turning point of life. We all have our own destination. The death of the physical body means that the Yi body breaks out of the shell. I will do one thing for you. That is, to save you from your death and make up for my negligence. The title of this chapter is called The Promise. It means the promise to you. In this world of Xiang, we are destined to be separated by death. We are also destined to have a reunion. This is the gift to you. You will have an eternal life in Yi Silo. In the past, I wished to live quietly, so I set myself a principle. Try not to affect those who have nothing to do with me, as everything has its own balance. Now I am willing to make some changes. There are some things that should be done. Some people may tease, is it coming to that? Isn't it just a dog? I do not care what other people may say. People's thinking and understanding of life are all limited by their 觉识. They may not understand the bond between one soul and another. They also may not understand that feeling is one of the values of the world of Yi. Why do I look for those Yi bodies? Now I can tell. One reason is because of feeling.